Well, the White House has imposed sanctions on the Russians for allegedly meddling in our election. But our next guest, Gary Kasparov, says the U.S. doesn't have a problem with Russia. We've got a problem with Putin. Kasparov is what they used to call a man of parts. He's one of the greatest chess players literally in the history of the game. He's the chairman of the Human Rights Foundation. He's the author of a new book called Winter is Coming: Why Vladimir Putin and the Enemies of the Free World Must Be Stopped, a self-explanatory title. And he joins us now. Gary, it's great to see you.
Thanks for inviting me.
So I respect the work that you do fighting for democracy in Russia. I think it's worthy, and I understand why, as a Russian, you're very upset about the autocracy of Vladimir Putin. My question is, as an American, why should I be as concerned? Why should I see Russia as a threat to the United States?
Oh, you have to see Russia as a threat to the United States, Putin's Russia as a threat to the United States, because it harms America worldwide. And eventually, you're now experiencing some of Putin's KGB medicine here in the United States. Hacking into American political system sends a signal to your allies and foes alike in the world that America is weak. America cannot protect even its own borders.
John Podesta's email is not the same as our political system.
Look, Tucker, we're talking about perception becoming a reality. People worldwide, in Europe, in Asia, in Latin America, in Africa, they don't understand the difference. DNC, John Podesta emails, all they know is that Vladimir Putin's ran the KGB operation that somehow meddled, interfered with American elections. And they also now understand that, for many years, America, under Barack Obama, refrained from addressing this issue, addressing this threat, and the retaliation was too little and too late.
So the real cost is that in the eyes of people in Gambia and Burma and Buenos Aires, we are weak.
Look, again, this is, don't try my geography. The problem is not, Gambia and Buenos Aires. The problem is France, Germany, the United Kingdom, Baltics, Eastern Europe, Turkey. The price that America will pay for an attempt to walk away, by the way, that's what Obama did, will be huge. Obama's foreign policy was a failure. And Senator Cotton, in a show a few minutes ago, described, all these actions against the U.S. interest that Putin conducted, and he deserved, of course, to be punished much earlier. But the problem is that if you try now to reward Putin with a grand bargain deal, that will weaken America dramatically. America cannot abandon, its values worldwide and protect it at home.
Well, but we pursued our values pretty vigorously over the past 15 years and wound up in Iraq and Afghanistan and causing untold harm in Libya and didn't really do much for the rest of the Middle East. Maybe we should acknowledge that Russia is primarily a threat to Europe and always has been, and perhaps the European countries ought to be the front line of the defense there and not the United States. Why is that a crazy idea? Look,
are you saying that, America is going to walk away from NATO and its NATO duties?
I don't know. NATO's been around since 1949. Why not reassess it? I mean, is that crazy?
No, you are. No. What are you saying now is exactly the reassessment. That's what makes people in the Baltics or in Eastern Europe as a whole, and even in the Scandinavian countries, freaking out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I mean, I would be worried too. But as the father of a 19-year-old son, can you explain to me why it's in my interest to send him potentially to go defend the Baltics? I mean, nothing against the Baltics, but isn't that sort of the job of?
I heard it in 1938. Neville Chamberlain also talked about Brits not protecting countries that they couldn't find on the map. Today, I hope the knowledge of geography is much better. And America played its leading role since 1945, and it's defended not only its own borders, but also the free world. And today, so I'm hearing this very troubling noises, from new administration that it's a new era where America could walk away, ignoring strategic interests of the free world.
But where does I'm just interested, and we could debate this forever, but just a really simple final question. Where does this obligation that the United States has uniquely among the nations?
Oh, you have no obligations.
Where does that obligation? Is that from God, or where does that come from?
No, it comes from American exceptionalism. Should I tell you again? America became the United States. America became great because it defended its values in the first place. And if you want to abandon, your global duties, that means that you have to abandon the global economy. And most of American multinational corporations, they benefit dramatically from the global trade. And by the way, so American customers.
China seems to be benefiting a lot from global trade without imposing its values on the rest of the world. I mean,
try to impose tariffs on China and then wait for the next elections when all the prices, consumer prices will go up.
That's a separate debate, but an interesting one. I hope you'll come back for that. Garry Kasparov, a really amazing guy, actually, and it's great to see it, even if I disagree. Thanks.
Thank you.